Hi and welcome back to my channel. So last year in the fall I went to see the last James Bond movie and I realized that I had actually never read a James Bond book and I got kind of curious, so I decided that my first book for 2022 would be the first James Bond book. And the first book is called Casino Royale, and I think that's a title that a lot of people recognize from the 2006 movie, the first movie with Daniel Craig. And that was based on this book that was released in 1953. And the book was written by Ian Fleming, who is the man behind James Bond. So the story in Casino Royale is set in a fictional seaside town in northern France. And Bond gets sent there to play at a casino against Le Chiffre, who is the main villain in the story. So Le Chiffre is working for a French workers' union as well as the Russian Secret Service. And Bond's mission here is to bankrupt Le Chiffre at the casino. And the reason that Le Chiffre has come to this seaside resort to play at the casino is that he is in big financial trouble and he's looking to solve his financial problems by winning at the casino. So if Bond stops Le Chiffre from winning at the casino, Le Chiffre's financial problems will remain, and that will cause chaos within the organization, within the Russian Secret Service where Le Chiffre works. And that is, of course, in the interest of the British Secret Service. So we do get to meet some other supporting characters from the Bond universe in this book. Vesper, for example. And in this book she's a woman who's also working for the MI6. And there's Felix, who's American and he's working for the CIA. And there's also Mathis, who's French and works for the French intelligence service. I don't want to say anything more about the story because I don't want to spoil anything, but I can say that the story mainly unfolds in and around the casino. So many of you have probably seen the 2006 movie based on this book. This book is pretty short, so they had to extend the story to fit a full-length Hollywood movie. So for example, the book only takes place in one location, whereas in the movie the story unfolds in many different exotic locations. I guess to make it more of an exciting movie. So the main characters are pretty much the same in the book and the movie. They have changed some of the characteristics, and they have also changed the actions that the characters take to fit the story of the movie. The movie was filmed more than 50 years after the book was written, and I think that the time difference is perhaps what's contributing most to the differences between the book and the movie. The 50s and the 2000s are two very different eras, and I think that's very much reflected in the final product. So I think that even if you have seen the film, you can still read the book and enjoy it and not feel like you're reading the same thing as you saw in the movie. I really enjoyed reading this book. It is not a great piece of literature. The language is very simple and the story is very plot driven. We don't get to know the characters very well. There's not a lot of character development and it doesn't answer any of life's big questions. However, the book is only 150 pages long. It is very fast-paced and I actually never really got bored when reading the book. So I would just like to say that be aware that this is a book written in the 50s, and that is reflected in some of the attitudes, especially towards women. Now, I'm not bothered by that. I know that I'm reading a fictional book from the 50s, and I go in with the attitude that I will probably read stuff that I don't agree with. But if you are someone who is sensitive to this, maybe you should skip this book. So to conclude, would I recommend reading Casino Royale? And I guess I would say that it depends on who you are. If you're someone like me who's never read a Bond book and is curious about them, then I will recommend it. It was definitely good enough to read. However, if you're someone who's just looking for your next good book to read, then I would not recommend this one. I think that there are a lot of other better books out there to read. Even if you're interested in something in the spy novel genre, I'm sure that there are a lot of other much better books out there to read. So thank you for watching and see you next time.